back to Between the Ribs with Jonathan Morris on Florida Man Radio.
What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the show. We had to pause for a brief commercial in-house break. Somebody just slid up in my DMs, actually right beside me. My daughter, Annabelle Grace, we need y'all to show her some love. So I wanted to say thank you to everybody who's following me Between the Ribs on all of our social media networks, platforms. We are blowing it up. Thank y'all very much. But Annabelle Grace, my daughter, she has started a YouTube page. And she has some pretty cool content. If you have children that you want them to see videos and friendships and things without having to worry about sexual stuff or negative stuff or cussing or inappropriate stuff, it's just good, family, fun, godly, teenage content. So here she is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Annabelle Grace.
Hi guys, I'm Annabelle, Jonathan's daughter. Please go to my YouTube channel, Annabelle Grace, and subscribe for good content.
Annabelle Grace at the YouTube. Check her out. Hit the like, the love, the follow. Take this with you, baby. Subscribe, please. Show a cracker some love and get jiggy with it. If you have children that you want to be able...
It's a safe channel for children.
Yes, it's a safe channel for children. That they can follow Annabelle, and Annabelle and her friend Sophie and them are not going to put anything out there or recommend or suggest anything that would lead them down one of those rabbit holes that some other YouTube channels lead you down.
Right.
So we fully condone the subscribing to Annabelle Grace.
And while you're there, hit up Between the Ribs?
Between the Ribs at YouTube.
Yeah.
I have blown past 500.
Subscribe.
But our next goal, listen, our goals are coming fast. And we could not complete these goals without y'all. If you don't already subscribe to YouTube, please go to Jonathan Morris Between the Ribs and subscribe. When I get to 600, I'm giving away another steak deal.
Ooh.
Yes. So we did some steaks at the 400 mark. We blew past 400. We cruised past 500 like it was sitting still. I think we're at like 529, 535, something like that. I'll check later. But I guess Heather can check right now. So it's growing 528. It's growing every day, every hour. We thank you. I want you to be a part of it. I don't want you to miss out. We give steaks away. We give T-shirts away. We do all kind of fun stuff. So when I get to 600, so don't hold out. Help me get to 600. You'll be a part of the people who are eligible to win a prize, win a steak. We're going to be at like 40 million before long. You know that, right?
Yeah. The whole world will be...
I just want to beat Beyonce one day. I want to have more followers than Beyonce one day.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
I think we can do it. All right. So check out Annabelle. Check out Between the Ribs. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube. Are we on Spotify yet?
Yes.
We're on Spotify. You can listen to the whole show in its entirety. And you have back shows, old shows. People can
Yes, I do.
advertise and all that. Oh, and speaking of the past, speaking of the back, something we have not forsaken but just forgotten. And Axel helped remind me, and Heather helped me remind me of this. So we're going to do now something we haven't done in a while, and we're going to roll positive thoughts with Paw before we talk about the insanity of collagen and the people that just refuse to eat meat and live a vegetarian lifestyle, and then they don't have enough collagen, and they wonder what's going on. And instead of just doing the things that God gave us to do, they want to take all these supplements. So, positive thoughts with Paw. Check it out.
Time for some positive thoughts with Paw.
Life without God is like an unsharpened pencil. It has no point.
A pencil with no point is kind of like a vegetarian with no skin.
What, you can just be a person with no skin?
Well, it's like there's no point to being a vegetarian.
Right, but there's point to having skin.
I know. It's almost idiotic.
It's like a vegetarian with no vegetables.
It's acidization. And I don't mean to offend people. There's nothing wrong with vegetables. There's nothing wrong with a balanced diet, a balanced lifestyle. I'm a meat consumer. That's what I do. I'm a connoisseur of meat. All right? Connoisseur of meat, consumer of meat, whatever. But there's all these whack jobs out there, and people call me and text me, hey, Jonathan, what do you think about collagen? And Heather's asked me about it. And what do you think about colostrum? What do you think? And I'm like, well, just eat the animal God gave us, and you don't need to waste your money on that stuff.
Yeah, my sister messaged me. She's like, ask Jonathan about bovine colostrum and if I should be taking it. I'm like, what is that? And who told you need to be taking it?
Yeah, we're going to get the bovine colostrum, right? We will, but let's take care of collagen first.
Oh, okay.
All right?
Collagen.
Collagen is the most abundant protein in your body. It accounts for about 30% of your body's total protein collectively. Collagen is the primary building blocks of your body's skin, muscles, bones, tendons, and ligaments. Also, other connective tissues. It is also found in your organs, your blood vessel, and your intestinal lining. So it's pretty important.
So it seems like if you consume it, then it'll go to the right spot, or if you rub it on your skin, it'll go to the right spot.
So they have come up with all these, let's see, vital proteins, super collagen, vitamin C, and Bactrin. They've come up with all these supplements, all right, to replace and circumvent what God gave us. Because they want to live and promote and tell you that again, YouTube, I'm not giving out medical advice. A heart healthy diet consists of high fibers and grains and fruits and vegetables, and stay away from meat because it'll clog your arteries and it'll cause all kind of problems, and it'll give you a heart attack and a stroke and cardiac arrest, and meat's so bad and you got to stay away from red meat. And then they trick you, and then on another show, I don't know if we'll have time to get to it in the second hour, but on another show, we will talk about the feminization of men through skinless, boneless chicken. Because one of the highest estrogen-producing proteins out there is skinless, boneless chicken breast.
Okay.
Men should eat skin on everything. We need it for our bodies. The trick of deboned, de-skinned chicken breast is a softer, cleaner, more palatable protein, better for your body without all the fat and the junk, is another lie they tell you inside the food pyramid. But we've identified the importance of collagen and what it does for our body. Now, just going to throw this out there. There's 7 superfoods, if you will, that have so much high levels of collagen, you don't need any supplements, and you'll never be deficient. You want to know what they are?
Yes.
Bone broth,
But so you can't be a vegetarian.
beef, chicken skin and cartilage, pork skin.
Who's going to eat cartilage?
I eat every bone. I chew every bone dry. I eat everything out of the bone. You ever seen the way I eat
That's
chickens?
marrow, but
No,
that's
I'm
not...
talking about the cartilage around the knuckles.
Oh.
It's good for you, especially if it's fried or grilled or jerked, like a jerk chicken wing. Woo! So good.
I'll start saving them for you. I'm just kidding.
I eat everything off my wife's plate. I clean up her bone. I am the bone cleaner. I love them.
Okay.
I love the stuff in between the chicken joints. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I love it.
Okay.
Pork skin, salmon, sardines, and if you're an Asian or married to an Asian, jellyfish.
Yeah, we were looking up those recipes yesterday, and they did not look good.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay,
No,
so
it
jellyfish.
ain't happening here.
Jellyfish is one of them things. Like if you don't get rid of the poison, can you hurt yourself by eating the jellyfish? Or when you boil it and cook it, are all the poison is just gone?
I don't know.
Because you know the jellyfish puts that nicotine, whatever that poison is, it stings you with to back you up, so you get away from it. So how can you successfully catch a jellyfish? If another lead's listening, how do you successfully catch a jellyfish and then cook it and eat it? But here's why you don't have to worry about jellyfish. Because you can buy or debone a cow. You buy your bone-in ribeyes, buy your bone-in chuck roast. See, they have tricked us into boneless everything. I want a boneless ribeye, which is called
Because normal
demonical.
people don't eat bones.
But you're supposed to have access to the bone because there's life in the marrow. There's life in the blood. There's life that flows through all that. And they have talked us into getting rid of the healthiest part of the animal, and then the grocery store meat that has all the extra stuff in it clogs your arteries and causes heart problems and causes inflammation and all the stuff it causes, okay? and then they blame it on the meat. And then people find a local farmer that sells bone-in stuff. They're like, man, I started eating your product. Like, my inflammation went away, and my blood work is off the chart. I'm doing fantastic, and I feel great. I have energy, and I sleep good at night, and I'm full, and I'm losing weight. It's like, yeah, because now don't get me wrong. We sell boneless stuff because we live in Lake Mary. We operate Lake Mary, and people want what they want. And we probably shouldn't have catered to that. We kind of catered because when we first opened, we only sold it the way the animal came. But then we noticed nobody would buy a bone-in chicken breast with the rib attached. So we started deboning it, and we have our chicken breast. And our chicken breast is big.
It's huge. It's
perfect. Well, because if you look at that vein, I've told you this before, we leave the tendon on. So it's our chicken breast plus the tendon, because it's bad enough that I debone it for you. I'm not separating the tendon for you. Right?
Eat that.
Plus, that's the that's the best part of the chicken, the most softest tenders. That's like the fillet of the chicken, right? Supposedly that's all Hugh Magoo's uses. I don't know. But imagine if you started to purchase bone-in roast, bone-in pork chops, bone-in ribeyes, bone-in T-bone porterhouses, bone-in chicken breasts, and then you boil them down. So you cut them off if you don't want to eat the bone, you cut them off the bone, right? And you throw them in a pot with a little bit of salt, some black pepper, and you boil them. You don't need anything else. A little salt, black pepper. You boil them for 10, 12 hours. Let all that stuff cook out of the bone, and then you jar it and you drink it, or you add it to your soups as broth, or you add it when you make your rice, or add it when you make your potatoes. Just add it to your stuff.
Now, when you're cooking these things, assume the bone is broken and you're cooking the chicken, wouldn't the marrow seep out, and will you get that goodness? Or
so okay, if you're cooking,
now I'm thinking about breaking all the chicken bones before cooking them, and then I don't have to think about it, and then I'm getting all the extra yummy stuff that Jonathan says I need.
One of the things that you can do with bones is roast them. All right, is roast them.
I'm not trying to.
Hang on. Well, here's where I'm going with it. It's better to boil them and let all that stuff come out into the water, right?
Right.
Your body can digest it better. But if you're roasting chicken breast or you're roasting chicken thighs, have a drip pan to catch all that. So if you're doing it in a pan that it drips away, or on the grill and all that stuff's dripping down into the fire, then no, you're not getting any benefit out of it. But if you can catch it and then you pour that over into a jar, and you can either add it to your rice, add it to your vegetables, add it to the top of your chicken, make a glaze out of it. So yes, now you're getting all the benefits of it.
And it seems like it goes against everything that we've been told.
It is.
Avoiding the animal fat and avoiding the animal.
You got to avoid the fat. You got to avoid the skin. You got to avoid sardines. They're so high in salt. Sardines, if you can get used to them, they're very healthy for you. All right? Salmon, or is it salmon?
Salmon. It's okay. You say it how you want.
It's salmon. Jellyfish is weird. But beef is the number 3 one.
Jellyfish is weird.
Jellyfish is number 2 on the list as a superfood. If you would just do the stuff that God gave us to do and eat the lifestyle that God intended us to eat, we wouldn't need all these supplements. Like, we're going to get into colostrum.
Well, we wouldn't need the supplements if we were growing the food like we were supposed to.
And serving the food like we were supposed to.
Yeah, that part.
And then here's my question. What are they doing with all the good stuff that they're not selling to us?
Throwing it out.
You see what I'm saying? You see the problem? So you enhance the weight of animals, the weight of a finished product. You put more food in people's houses and people's refrigerators and people's body. You feed them, you fill them with the stuff that God gave us to complete us and fill us up. Instead of boneless, skinless, deboned and skinned, blah, 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 blah. And then we wonder why we're always hungry and we're never full and we never feel complete and we never feel nourished, because the main things we need, they cut out and don't sell us. And then they tell us, well, how about we're going to fortify and enrich your grains? And we're going to sell you supplements. Oh, and we're going to steal colostrum from baby calves. We're going to take it from the mama cow, and then we're going to sell bovine colostrum to white people because they need colostrum. Don't go nowhere. Stick around. We'll be right back.
I got my toes in the water.